It's craziness out here.
For sure. Okay. I'm going to get into one of my first questions,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
Yeah, not at
No,
all.
no particular order. I'll put it across the screen because that's kind of what I'm into now. So,
All right.
first question: what projects are you currently working on
Hmm. Okay.
that you can talk about?
I mean, yeah, I could talk about them. Well, I'm actually actively working on a project that I'm gonna try to get done and put out in like December before the year's up.
Hmm.
Kind of on, trying to get that momentum going or keep that momentum going. So actively just trying to record that. Um, I had a project with one of my boys that we was working on. It's still in the process, so it's like I don't know when we're gonna actually get that finished. But in the meantime, I'm still trying to get some type of music out before the year is up. And I'm also actively working on a project that I'm gonna put out. I'm gonna say I'm aiming for March next year.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
this one, this is probably one I'm gonna give like a lot of focus and put a lot more into as far as like promoting it and putting it out
Hmm.
there because I just it's a lot of heavy hitting songs on there. Like probably one of my best collections of work
Yeah.
to date. But I mean, we'll see how it's received. But as far as me, like I feel like it's one of my best collections of work that I put together since I've been making music. So that's something that I'm aiming for. I want to say I'm gonna say March. I'm
Okay.
gonna say like the middle of March. Um, what else? Actively working on a podcast with my two boys. Um, that'll probably be starting the beginning of next year. It's
Okay.
actually called the
For sure.
Major Way Podcast. It's something that we've kind of been working on slowly in the background, but it's definitely coming to fruition. I want to say like the top of 2023,
Okay.
and yeah, man, just more music, more visuals on the way. But those are like the main ones that I'm working on actively right now.
Okay. Two questions on that. So the project that's dropping in March, is that going to be like a EP album or
It's gonna be well, the one in March is gonna be an album. The one that I'm
okay.
gonna drop the end of December is gonna
Hmm.
be like an EP. So
Okay.
basically, I'm aiming to drop two EPs this year. So
Hmm.
I did one already. So now I'm just working on the second one.
Okay. For sure. And as far as the podcast goes, like, is that going to be like a weekly thing, an episode thing, or like what are you guys going to be talking about?
It's gonna be it's probably gonna be an episode thing that we're gonna do like maybe once a week. We're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff, music. Um, One of my boys that's on there, he's into financial literacy, so he's
Oh,
gonna
that's
be
dope.
doing like stuff about like stock tips and all of that, and we're gonna be talking about regular shooting the shit stuff and topics that's going on in the world, or just just regular shit. So it's just gonna be covering all bases basically.
For sure. That's funny that you brought up that podcast because that was one of my down the line topics I was going to go over. But we
Okay.
can still revisit that because
Oh, for
that's
sure, for
that's
sure.
that's,
Yeah, yeah.
that's always a it's always a good topic to go over.
All right.
All right. So I was watching your YouTube earlier, and I was watching a music video, which actually is going to tie into my next question because
Okay.
I was like, yo, that's pretty dope. So I'm gonna put the question up, and then you could just reply to it, explain it.
All right.
Um,
What video was this?
this was the chance video, one chance,
Oh, only one chance. Okay,
only one
okay,
chance.
okay. All right.
Yeah. So I called it one chance, but excuse me, but you could explain it better
Yeah,
than I
yeah,
can.
yeah. Yeah, that's a song that I put out last year. October, I think.
Uh,
That was that's probably one of my favorite songs that I wrote um to date, just because um it's one of those songs where like it touches on when you're in the moments of giving up
uh,
or quitting on something that spent time doing, and there's like a lot of hardships or just obstacles and trials and tribulations that go on with doing whatever it is in life, period. So like that was one of those songs that I actually wrote after I got over some shit that was going on where I almost quit music altogether.
okay.
So that was kind of like a conversation that I had with myself. So like from the
Mhm.
first verse, it was kind of like a question of like, what am I waiting for? Why am I procrastinating? What is the holdup? Why am I not uh applying the amount of time and effort that I should be doing at this to get this going? And then the
Mhm.
second verse was kind of like me answering all of those questions that I was asking, myself in the first verse. So it was that was a battle that I was going with, I want to say back in from when I started all the way up to about 2016, 17,
Okay.
because it was just an ongoing thing as far as like, is this something that I really want to do, or is it just for fun? Is it a hobby? Do I even have what it takes to do this for real? Is people going to take me serious? Like the confidence level just wasn't there for me yet.
Mhm.
So after I wrote that song, that's when everything kind of just was very, very clear to me as far as what I want to do with this.
Okay.
So yeah, that sums it up pretty much.
And I'm sure you're able to answer those questions, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I did. Like, I answered those questions in that song actually. But I mean, honestly, right now, like my reasoning as for why you know I was holding myself back is because it was the confidence. Like the confidence
Mm.
wasn't there early on me creating music. It just wasn't. I felt like I was somewhat talented. I was hearing people saying like there's some talent there, like you should really do this
Mhm.
and go strong with it, but I didn't buy into it. I'll say I didn't buy into it till probably 2018, 2019.
Okay. Yeah, because
So, yeah.
for sure. 'Cause I watched that video and I was like, okay, I see him putting in work, putting in work on his music video. I had to watch it
Mhm.
twice though. I was like, wait, did I just hear Kobe in the video? Like, wait a minute, hold on.
Oh, right, right. Yeah.
I
Had,
was
had
like,
had a little tribute to Kobe and Nipsey Hussle like in the third
yeah,
verse. Uh what's crazy about that is I actually wrote that song back in 2016,
uh,
2017.
okay,
And I've had it, I've had it in the tuck for like a while. And that third verse was actually a different verse.
okay. So you
So I
changed it.
actually, yeah. So I rewrote that verse. I rewrote that verse actually in 2020, the third one. So like I kept the first two verses the same, but the third verse I switched up in 2020 to kind of relate to what was going on at that time. Like when I had it before, it was something completely different.
Hmm.
But I just like how it came together now.
Okay, yeah, I was definitely rocking with that when I
I
randomly found the
appreciate that,
video
man.
and I was like, wait a minute, I've never seen this.
Hey
Let me.
man, listen, man. There was a time you was, you know what I mean? You was busy doing what you was doing, you know what I mean? And I've been out here,
Yeah,
I've been out here,
making it work.
working there. That was back in 2021. Like, and that year was I was on a run just dropping visuals and
Uh,
songs. I think I probably did maybe 12, maybe 13 music videos just that year alone. You
okay,
know what I
for
mean?
sure.
So it was definitely, I was very, very active last year. Not
For
saying that I'm
sure.
not now, but
Yeah.
I was very active last year. I think I'm more active this year.
Okay. For sure. It seems like it though, because every time I try to post like early mornings, as you can
Right.
tell, and then
Likewise.
I think right before you post, like I'll see you during like one of those TikTok videos where you just add a verse to it, and I'm like, dang, already, damn it. I was like, bro. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I've been pretty active.
for sure. I do have a question about what would you call it? It was September Mondays, right? Back in September.
Where I
So
was
those
doing
were you guys
the live
dropping
studio
something like every
sessions.
Monday? Huh?
Oh yeah. That's every Monday September. Yeah.
How did that turn out this year versus last year? Like, was it more this year? I felt like it was more probably because I was posting
It
more, but
was. I would say it was a lot this year, only because that month was so crazy. So we did something different this year where it was me, Thought Provoker, and a newer member that just joined EMS. His name is Chev Robinson. Um,
um,
we were gonna do, since it was our third installment, we were doing EPs with 3 songs.
okay,
So Thought Provoker dropped EP the first Monday of September. It was called
hmm
24 hours. Yeah,
yeah, I
24
remember
hours.
that.
Yeah, and that was, that was fire. He had one song with him, one song featuring Chev, and then one song featuring me. And what we
Hmm.
did was when we dropped the EP the Monday there would be a visual, Wednesday there would be a visual, and Friday there would be a visual.
Okay,
So we had to get all of that, together. And honestly, like we were so like we were kind of behind
hmm
on all of it to the point where we recorded all 9 songs in one day. All nine
that's
of them.
amazing.
All 9 of them one day. Actually got them here. We was here all day on a Sunday and just recorded every single one of them songs. I sent them out to get mixed and mastered. We started shooting visuals probably like the next week.
Hmm.
Um, it was crazy. And then like I dropped my EP. I think it was the third Monday of September, which was crazy because the week that I was dropping that, I had to go to Puerto Rico to do relief work. And around
I
that
remember
time,
that. Yeah.
that's when the storm happened. So yeah, it was crazy. And the thing was like, luckily I was able to get all the videos done and kind of schedule them to post
Hmm.
because there was no service in Puerto Rico. So
I believe it.
I couldn't even promote my stuff how I wanted to. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it was crazy. But I ended up actually shooting a visual while I was out there. Like the day I like touched down in Puerto Rico, I actually shot a video out there. I shot the video for the Churchill Downs freestyle that I did.
Okay.
Shot it, edited while I was out there, like during my downtime when I wasn't, doing relief work. And yeah, this September was very, very, very busy, but I felt like it was successful. Just we needed to work more on the timing of it, but it wasn't necessarily our fault. It was just like life just kept
Yeah,
happening.
for
You
sure.
know what I mean? But it was something in me personally. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to drop the ball on it, even though shit was going on. I just wanted to keep at it, keep pushing through all the adversity and just to get all of the stuff out. And I believe we did that.
For sure. You know, some can't be like some people dropping 5 albums in 1 year, but
Hey man, listen, he's a machine. He's a machine, man. Like
I joke with him like that all the time. Like I'll send him a text and be like, so like, what's good? Like some music? He's like, I'm working on another project. I'm like, bro, I was like, I barely had time to listen to this one. Like you're working on other stuff.
he's listen, man. He's a machine. He was in here. He was in here Sunday. And I think he's
Yeah,
coming back. He's coming back here next Sunday to finish up his project. You know what I
he
mean?
puts
And
it.
he actually has to send me a beat so I can do a hook and a verse on it. Yeah, man. You know, we working, man. It's
Yeah,
nonstop, man.
for sure. Um, so my next question is actually about EMS. So I have a request before the question comes on the board.
Okay.
Can you say the
You, I know. I got you. Somebody call the EMS.
thank you, sir. I appreciate
I
that.
got you.
That is what I was waiting.
I gotta bless the pod with it one time. You
You know, I'd be putting it in my hashtags. But
know what I mean?
now my question is like, how did the group start? Like, do you guys all know each other like from like school or something, or like or from around?
um, it really started. Honestly, it started with my younger brother and Thought Provoker. Like they went to middle school, high school together,
Mhm.
and as long as I've known them since they were like probably 15, 16, they were rapping. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I would listen to them freestyling over beats and shit like that. And I was like, yo, like my brother, who, you know, Benji, he doesn't indulge in it too much now than he used
Mhm.
to, but he was probably one of the dopest rappers I've ever heard that I know
Okay.
personally. You know what I mean? And Thought Provoker too. Like they were the same. Like they used to do like throwback 90s beats, and they would do this little thing where they would do some back and forth flows on these verses.
Uh-huh.
Fire shit. And I was recording it. You know what I
Uh,
mean? Like I was actually audio engineering it. And like and that's actually how I got started as far as just trying to figure it out, because a lot of people that I knew that did music, like where I was from,
mhm.
they didn't really give them a shot or give them a chance. It was kind of like shitting
Yeah,
on them a little bit. And
for sure.
I didn't know how I felt about that. So I was like, you know what? Let me try to figure it out, because my father, he actually gave me a computer that had
Mhm.
GarageBand on it. So I started learning how to record, make beats, all of that on GarageBand. And you know, it started off with me recording. I learned how to record myself to try to just like learn it,
Uh-huh.
and that's kind of how I got started into rapping and all of that. I mean, even though I was singing when I was younger, it wasn't something that I was into like off rip, because I was
Yeah, for sure.
introverted. I was shy. I wasn't with all of that, and I was heavy into basketball at that time. So around that time, um, you know, I'm learning how to record, and then I recorded something with my brother, and then Thought Provoker would come over to my house and start recording a whole bunch of songs, and that's really where it started. And
Okay.
then it kind of grew. Some people, you know, were a part of it, and same people, they kind of fell off. But like the main ones, you know, we've been around since high school, but we didn't really put a name to it till about, I want to say, 2009, 2010.
Okay.
And EMS stands for Energy Motivation System. I
I was
mean, you
about
got
to
to have
ask.
the right energy,
Yeah,
uh, got to be motivated, and you got to have the right system, you know, as far as working and your work ethic. So I felt like it just tied in. And, you know, I kind of just came up with the slogan. It stuck. And, and we just still going strong with it.
for sure. I mean, how can you not be motivated when someone drops 5 albums in 1 year? But
Listen, he is my motivation for real. Like his work ethic, if he makes me want to keep going, because he just keeps like, yo, I got to work on this other project. I got another album. I got another idea. Like, all right, well, I got to keep up. You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
So it may not be albums, but you know, I'm at least putting some type of music together where it's, you know, it's I'm putting it out there. So you know, that's the beauty of this group. You know, we're constantly just motivating each other just through the work that we're doing. You
Yeah,
know what I
for
mean?
sure.
Like I can hear what he's cooking up, or I can hear when I'm recording him. I'm hearing this shit, and I'm just like, damn. Like I probably may have heard one of my favorite top three songs that Thought Provoker has ever made last Sunday. And I told him this. I
Well,
was like, this is probably one of my favorite songs you've done, hands down. You know what I mean? So like when I see that, I want to get in here too. You know what I mean? I want to get in here and start, rocking and trying to keep that energy going. So it's a beautiful thing when you're motivating, when the team and the aura and the energy is like that.
for sure. Yeah, building that catalog up. I see y'all.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
For sure. Is there an EMS album or no?
We were trying to get that done this year for
Mhm.
every Monday September this year. The timing, it wasn't permitting of that, but I will say this now. Next year you'll have one.
Okay, for sure.
Next year we will have one. And also next year, I'm not going to get into it right now. There will be a big announcement as far as EMS next year.
No,
And we'll talk about that. But
for
yeah,
sure.
next year.
Okay, appreciate that. I look forward to hearing that project. Uh,
Facts.
at that point, he should probably have like 25 albums though.
Listen, he might. I don't think I'm gonna have that many. I can't keep up with him. When it comes to albums, I'm probably I will say this, I probably have between EPs and albums, I probably may have three, maybe four next year. Maybe four, but definitely three.
For sure. All right. Thank you for explaining EMS, and thank you
Yeah, no
for
problem.
saying my favorite term. Appreciate
No
that.
problem.
Yeah, that's much appreciated.
Yeah, for sure.
Earlier you were discussing your podcasts,
Right.
and the question that I had was like, I guess it was predefined before I knew you were gonna discuss the podcast. 'Cause I heard a little bit about it,
Okay.
but my actual question was, I'll put it up so you can see it. We could talk a little bit about it
Okay.
because you kind of already explained it already. How is your podcast coming along? So you kind of
Okay. It's coming along. There was a lot of stuff that happened. I'm not gonna lie, this year was crazy. Um, there was a lot of stuff that was going on that kind of put a halt to everything as far as what we were trying to do with the podcast.
hmm
We recorded maybe 3 episodes,
okay,
but we kind of just put a halt to everything so everything could kind of like settle down.
yeah, for
But
sure.
we're back in talks as far as trying to get that going. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we're having a meeting, as far as um what we're gonna do and when we're gonna start and how we're gonna attack it. I actually spent some time editing the episodes that we did already and just
hmm
watching it, and I was just like, damn, like this was fun, like this was dope. So I'm definitely excited to get back to it. It's new for me, but it's definitely a nice dynamic that we are adding to what we do on a regular. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting.
For sure. And those 3 episodes, like those weren't posted, right? Or they were just some
Nah,
episodes
nah,
you
they
guys
they
just
weren't
did.
they weren't posted. They might, or they might, I might, put a clip here and there
Mhm.
out, but nah, they haven't been posted yet. Nah, nah.
Okay, for sure. And you
Well,
might.
there was one where we were talking, the one where we were discussing only one chance. That was like the unofficial first episode, I guess you could say, but it
Mhm.
wasn't really called anything at that time.
Okay,
So that's like the only one that's out right now.
for sure. And you mind dropping the name of the podcast again?
The Major Wave Podcast.
All right, y'all heard that. The Major Wave Podcast. Look out for that.
Yeah,
So,
tune into that. It's on the way.
for sure. Okay, moving on. My next question actually, I, you saw the last interview I did, right?
I seen a little bit of it. I'm not gonna lie,
Okay.
I seen a little bit of it, not everything though.
Okay. Shout out to my boy Mesh Money. But I'm gonna ask you this question, and you can decide if you can answer it or not. If you
Okay.
can't, it's fine. If so, we'll just go with it.
All right.
So my next question is about projects, like musical projects. So do you have a favorite project that you have worked
Do I have a favorite project that I've worked on?
on? Mhm.
That's out or that's not out,
Like it could be
or
any
does it matter?
project, like
Okay.
any project, past, current, future, like any
Okay.
one of those.
Um. Well, I would say the one that's out right now. I would say that my favorite project that's out right now would have to be the one that I just put out. Let It Go on
Hmm.
all streaming platforms. By the way,
For
three
sure.
songs. Um. Yeah, I would say that was probably my favorite, only
Hmm.
because um the time frame of of what I had to try to get it done, and the quality that came out of it, and a lot of the feedback that I was getting from it was really all positive, and it showed a difference. It showed a different side as far as like the talent that I was tapping into, or the music that I was trying to tap into, uh, moving forward. So I would say that one. But as far as unreleased, this project that I'm putting out in March, which is actually, I have a title for it. It's called "Don't Let Them Win." So
Okay.
that one's probably my favorite right now, and I can't wait to put that out. I really can't wait. I can't wait to put that out.
Okay. How long has that been, like, I guess, an idea to put that project out, or is it something that just came up? Or
It started, honestly. It started back in the end of 2020, beginning of 2021.
uh-huh.
Um, Shout out to my boy Neek. He actually produced the whole project. It actually was gonna be EP in the
Uh-huh.
beginning, and then it slowly developed into something a lot more than that. So it went from 5 songs to, I think it's like eight, maybe nine, 8 or 9 songs now. So and it's like, yeah, it hits. It definitely hits different. It's probably one of my favorites, one of my most well-rounded projects that I've ever put together. So yeah, that one.
Excuse me. Okay, so far as we were just discussing EMS, the EMS group, is are any of them on this project? Sure, they are.
They're all on it.
Okay.
They're all on it. My brother's on it. Thought Provoker's on it. Chevy's on it. My partner and my brother, J Cloud, is on it. Shout out to J
Shout out to
Cloud.
Jason. Yeah.
Yeah. Who else is on it? And like I said, my boy Niki produced every single song. Um, yeah. I think actually there's only one person that's not on it. My boy DJ. Shout out to DJ. But other than that, yeah, the whole team's in the building on that one.
And I'm sure there'll be multiple music videos because that's what you do is shoot
Oh
music
man,
videos.
listen, we're hitting, every song is gonna have a visual. I'm telling you that right now. Every song. I'm not wasting no time with this one. That's why I'm kind of pushing it to March to give me enough time to get everything done. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And I'm honestly to the point with this one, like, you're gonna get all the behind the scenes of me creating each song, um, like vlogs of it. Like, I'm gonna go all out with this one. Definitely
For
go all
sure.
out with this one.
Yeah. So you guys have like a vlog, right, on Instagram?
Yep.
Or
Yeah, we got a couple. I actually have to. There's another one I got to drop, but yeah, we got a couple of them out right now. Yeah.
yeah, I've been seeing those. So that's what's up on that. You over here in all avenues of the world doing work.
Hey man, we trying, man. We trying.
All right, for sure. Appreciate you answering that question though, for sure. 'Cause
Sure, no
I
problem.
know that's like a hard question to ask, like being an artist, because you guys have like so many projects. So
I mean, I don't feel like that's a difficult question to ask. It's
mm,
just, I guess it's just a matter of if you're working on something or not.
yeah,
You know what I
for sure.
mean? So like, and I honestly, as of lately, especially of this year, there's always something that I'm working on. You know what I mean? So there's always something to talk about.
For sure. For sure. All right. My next question that I have to you is about goals, about like 2022 is ending. So do you have any goals to close out 2022?
um, well, my goal to end out 2022 is just keep the momentum going.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try my damnness to put out another EP before the year is up. Uh, I was gonna try to get three, but due to the fact of one of my boys, obviously life is happening.
Hmm.
So in the meantime, I'm just gonna try to keep as active as I can, and I'm just gonna try to put another EP together, have that out. I want to say before the year is out. So I
Okay.
probably say like the end of December. So that's definitely something. And just continue to just build on uh the following that I'm slowly, getting. So it's
I
just a
see it.
matter of just keeping consistent with it. That's the goal for right now to end out 2022.
All right. Appreciate that. Yeah, this year has gone completely fast. I don't even remember what I did in November. I mean, not November, October. But I'm
Oh
just like,
man,
yo, yeah.
it's crazy. Like I actually took a break,
Uh,
a mini break, like a very, very small break when I came back from Puerto Rico because I kind of just had to like reset. But then, after I reset, I was right back recording and getting back to it. I mean, actually, let me not say that. I took a break from recording, but I didn't
mhm.
take a break. Like I was still like editing videos that I've had, the vlogs and other music videos. I've been, editing and shooting music videos for other people, um, stuff like that. So it was kind of a break, but it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So just kind of stay active, which I'm not complaining about it at all. Like I'm happy and blessed to be able to be as active as I have been and putting out as much content as I have been. So, I'm just trying to look to continue that and keep it going.
for sure. All right, appreciate that. RIP 2022. Because
Facts.
next month is like the last month of this year, so like that's I don't know. Like it's been like an interesting year because like I kind of took like a drastic break, and then now I'm back here like posting like crazy again. So it was
That's
like,
a fact. Hey, listen, man, salute to that. Cause listen, I'll be the
yeah.
first one to say it, man. I was on your ass.
I
I
remember the
was
last
on your
podcast.
ass. Yeah, boy. But listen, man, I understand. Like, life happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
for
I
sure.
know for me personally, like, I could have easily back in back in May, my father passed away.
Uh-huh.
So like around that time, I could have easily shut everything down, and I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
But I know that's not something that he would want, or other people that's around me that
Hmm.
know my dynamic and his dynamic. That's not something that we would want. So I just had to figure it out and power through it. I
For
mean,
sure.
but that's what you got to do sometimes. Like especially if it's something that you're passionate about or something that you want to do, or there's a bigger picture behind the work that you're trying to do. You just got to power through all the tough shit.
Yeah, for
That's just
sure.
what happens. You know what I mean? And sometimes you need that break so you can reset. Because whatever was going on, you had that break, and now you're out here. You're out here
Yeah,
working. You know what I
sure.
mean? So sometimes it happens that way.
For sure. Because I know I had Mr. Thought Provoker on my head. He's like, he's like, you out again? It's like, because he's like, because you know how Snapchat deletes like after 24 hours, and
Right.
he's like, bro, take a break. You're out again. I'm just like, and I'm just like,
Hey man, just trying to refocus you, man. You know what I mean?
yeah. I thought it was
Trying to
funny though. Like
refocus
I wasn't even getting mad. I was like more entertained than anything. I was just like,
Nah, I feel you.
I was like, bro, right? Okay, for sure. Let me
Nah, I
recoup
feel you.
myself and get back to it. But jumping back in to these questions that I have, I appreciate you for answering the last questions though.
Absolutely,
But
absolutely.
jumping back into the questions, the next one is about this song. Correct me if I say it wrong. One missed call.
Missed call.
Missed
Okay,
call.
missed call. Okay, got you.
Okay. So what made you come up with that song?
Well, I around May was just a crazy ass month.
Mm-hmm.
But around May, I was also just getting out of a relationship,
Okay.
and a lot of the songs that was coming out from me, was kind of inspired, but just like just venting, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the venting I know for a fact a lot of people can relate to that has either been in those type of situations, male or female.
Yeah.
Um, and I just wanted to try to make it as relatable as possible while venting and getting what I need to get off my chest. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where, honestly, that's where the whole project came from. Let it
Okay.
go. You know what I mean? So it was just letting certain things, just letting it be. But it also takes time. Like nobody can tell you exactly when it's time for you to let something go.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know when that time is. You know what I mean? And sometimes it takes a day, sometimes it takes a week, month, year, couple years, whatever you need to do to heal or to get past whatever that situation is. You just gotta, let that time happen, and then you can let it go.
For sure. Okay. I'm trying to remember. I saw a music video, or you're playing a video game.
That's Miss Call.
Okay.
Yep,
So
that's Miss Call.
I was reading the comments, right? Some guy goes, he's like, "Oh, cool video, bro, but what game are you playing?"
Oh, really? I didn't see that. Damn.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
mean,
cause it,
listen, man, we acting out here. We acting. It wasn't necessarily a game that I was playing. It was just for the aesthetic of the video. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Actually, shout out to my bro Jay Cloud. He actually came up with the ideas like, yo, maybe we should shoot the video of you playing a game, and while
I
you're
was
playing a game, you know, Shorty's calling you, blowing up your phone, and you're getting annoyed, whatever goes in with the missed call theme. So that's
mm-hmm.
that's kind of like what happened. But for argument's sake, if you're listening, the game that I was playing was 2K. We're just gonna
Of
say
course, yeah,
that.
of
We're
course.
just gonna say that.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, because I watched the video. I liked the video, and
Appreciate that.
I was reading the comments, and he was like, "But what game though?" I was like, "You're more
I'm gonna
concerned
have to
about the
look. I'm
game
gonna
than the
have to.
music video."
Hey man, listen. Some people listen. Some people gotta. You try to put something out there for people to enjoy, and people are looking at it like, "Oh, what game is he playing?" That's not
Yeah, that was
that's not what this was for. But to answer your question, we'll say that I was playing 2K.
yeah. He was
I
adamant
gotta
about.
look at that. I have to go back and see what comment that was. I gotta respond because
Yeah, yeah,
that's
bro. Was,
wild. I didn't see that. That's on YouTube.
yeah,
I gotta go look. It's
bros
kind
in
of
the.
it's kind of hard to. I've been putting out so many videos and songs and shit. Like some comment, I try my best to respond to every single comment. Clearly, I missed one.
Yeah,
So yeah, I gotta look at that and see what that's about. But yeah, man, salute to oh boy.
Yeah,
At
bro's
least
gonna
you
come.
watched it.
Oh, he saw it. He saw it multiple times because I kept seeing
Yeah.
the controller, and I was like, I don't know, bro, probably playing 2K or something. He hoops, right? So logically, he will be playing NBA 2K. That's the logical answer, but
This is true. This is true. But I mean, he might be new. He might be new. I don't know. I gotta
hopefully,
see exactly who it is, but he might be new.
hopefully he's a subscriber. Hope so
Hopefully, if not, I mean, you watched it. Salute to you. Thank you for the view.
for sure,
Appreciate you. And word.
for sure. Okay, I thank you for appreciating for explaining that. Excuse me, explaining that song and the playing the video game situation, but that was more about a missed call. But yeah,
Right. Hey,
um,
listen. It wasn't missed game. It was missed
uh,
call. But
yeah, for sure. That's our idea for a next.
hey, you never know. It might be part two.
Yeah,
Might
for
be
sure.
part two. Missed game. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll see.
where you actually show you playing NBA 2K.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that.
Okay,
We'll see how that goes.
but yeah, all right. I'm gonna move on to my next question. I don't know if you remember when we first started doing this, there was questions of top fives, right?
Oh yes, I remember.
Okay, I did it to my last interview, so I'm gonna do it to this.
Okay.
But this is not a top five artist list. This is a top. This will be a top five producers list.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna throw that on the
Oh
board for
wow.
you.
Top 5 producers.
Producer
Damn.
list. Yeah,
All right.
your personal five.
Okay. Top 5. All right. Okay. Dr. Dre,
Okay.
Swiss Beats, Kanye West.
Shout out Kanye. Yay. Yay.
Yay. My fault. Pardon me. Yay. Blaze. And ooh. Timberland. Wow, I'm bugging. There we go.
I was waiting
Timberland.
for that one. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
sure.
bugging. I'm bugging right now. Yeah. I would say those are my top 5. Those are my top 5 since I was young. Like favorite producers, like when it comes down to beats or beat making, those are the 5 that inspired me to even think about making beats. So yeah, like I used to just drive around with like a CD of just instrumentals, and those would be at least a couple beats from one or all of them on that beat tape, just listening to them. So yeah.
The mix CD days.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Listen. Oh yeah.
Track one, track two, track three.
Yep. All that. Like I used to. Matter of fact, it was so crazy. Like when I first started, I used to have like the rough songs that I used to make, put them
Mhm.
shits on a CD, bump them shits in the car. You know what I mean?
I remember
So
that.
yeah.
Before the Bluetooth and from the phone, like you
Oh
had to
yeah.
find
Before
the five
fucking
bits CD.
iPods and all of that shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What a time that was. Now we're just spoiled. So yeah.
Hey man, listen. All my music is on my phone. All of
Uh,
it.
he's like, I got all of it on here just in
Word.
case I need to pull up my catalog and show them who
Oh
I
yeah,
am.
my catalog's on there. Songs that I like to listen to from other artists. Oh yeah, it's all on there.
Okay, sure. Appreciate that. We are finally getting in to the question I've been waiting to ask for since I seen it on Instagram. Like I've been waiting like a cool 2 weeks to talk about this because
All right.
I keep hearing it, and I'm just like, didn't Thought Provoker, Mr. Five album is talking about it, and shout out Thought Provoker though. You know what it
Shout out to
is.
Thought Provoker, man. My guy. My guy.
So
Missed the 5 albums.
yeah. And I don't know. There's still a whole month left, so bro might actually.
He might put out 2 EPs, then the album.
Yeah. So that's how
Two
he rolls.
EPs this month, then the album in December. It might happen. I don't know.
I remember Can I Rap for You, bro? That was like over 20 songs. I think it was like 25 to.
Imagine recording all of that.
Yeah, I don't want to.
And I recorded all of it.
I remember.
Between the songs and the skits, yeah, it was
Mhm.
it was a lot, but it was he
It
he
was a
did his
fire
damn
album
thing
though.
on that. Yeah, he did his damn thing on there, yo. Like it was everything was cohesive, everything went together, and it wasn't skippable.
It,
It wasn't
and
skippable.
true. I don't think I've ever skipped a thought provoker song though. I don't. I don't
Nah,
believe.
I don't think I have. I don't think I have. Like I have my favorites, and then I have albums where I'll bump all them shits all the way through.
Yeah, like I've never skipped it. I can't if I can't remember ever doing it. I didn't do it. So moving on to this much awaited question I've been wanting to ask you about this 16 song thing. I'm I'm
Oh
gonna
boy.
I'm gonna put this up here, and I was just like 16, not five, not two. Like bro said, 16.
Oh
So
man.
with that being said, I heard you lost 16 songs. Do you mind talking about it?
I don't mind. It just puts me in it puts me in a dark place.
If it puts you in a dark
but
place,
um
okay.
but nah. So back in 2016, 17, I want to
Hmm.
say. Uh just getting into the mindset of, okay, let me give this a shot. Let me give this music thing a shot. And I had songs that I had wrote, I had beats picked out, and this was before the setup that I had. I literally just had a USB microphone and my MacBook Pro, and I was using Logic Pro X at the time, and I was just recording. Like I was literally in this room, basically. Like I was before it was all of this. I was just recording, and for like a good week of recording, and recorded the last song that I did. I was listening back to everything and turned everything off, went to sleep. Woke up the next day, getting ready to turn stuff on, thinking about like, okay, I want to try to get all this stuff mixed and mastered, so I got to figure out how to do this. Turn on my computer, and it said my fucking hard drive was corrupted.
Yo, wait, you didn't know me then? Okay, to be fair.
Nah,
Okay.
nah, nah, nah. I knew nobody. I knew nobody at this point. You know what I mean? And I was like, what the fuck? Like I couldn't get into it. So actually, there was one person that was actually at my job that he does like the computers and stuff at my job. So I was bugging out. Like I was really, really like pissed off. Like I was like, what
Uh-huh.
the fuck? Like it's always something. And I was just like,
Mhm.
I don't want to do this anymore. So like I talked to my mom. She was like, yo, why don't you try to, speak to this gentleman and see if he can do something with it. Bring it to him. He was with it for about I left it with him for a day.
Uh-huh.
Came back the next day and he was like, we got it open, whatever. I go to look, nothing else. I'm looking at the 16 songs, looking for the 16 songs that I did. Because it was supposed to be a project. That was gonna be like my first project. They were gone.
Uh,
They were
yeah.
gone. I was like, are you fucking serious? You can't be serious right now. Like I almost cried. I swear to God. I almost cried.
I believe
So
it.
close to crying, bro. Like, and then I'm talking to Thought Provoker. I'm talking to my brother. I'm talking to DJ. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I don't even know what to do right now. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Just try to record it again. Recorded everything again. Took me about another week or two. I wasn't feeling it though. Like it wasn't the same type of vibe and energy that I had when I first recorded it. So I wasn't really feeling it like that, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, let me just get this shit out the way. I had a boy that knew somebody that does mix and mastering. I sent it out to him. He sent me it back. I was not liking what I was hearing. And it sucked because I've heard his work before. I've heard him work with other people, and I've heard the songs back, and I was like, yo, that shit sounds kind of dope. Okay, I trust you. Why is my shit not sounding like that? Like, I didn't understand it. So I'm like, man, what the fuck is this? Like, what? Maybe this isn't meant for me to do. And I was just like, you know what? I'm about to say fuck it. I was on a whole phone call with Thought Provoker, my brother, DJ, and we just sitting there, and I'm literally telling him, like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I'm quitting. This was 2017. Like, I'm quitting. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I'm not doing nothing. And this is after a meeting that we all had as far as like what we're gonna need moving forward. We was talking about we need to find an engineer to find quality music. We need to find a cameraman to do visuals. We need to start making merch. All of this type of shit to try to, get us into the realm of taking this serious and going to the next level with this shit. And then I start getting this music back, and I'm like, I'm not liking how this sounds. I'm not putting this the fuck out. Well, fuck it. I'm not doing this anymore. Like, this is I've been working on this for months, and this is what I'm getting back. And I'm like, nah, I'm not fucking with this. So then after that conversation, Thought Provoker tells me, yo, I got this session out in Long Island. Just roll with me. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm not doing anything because I wasn't working on anything at that time. I go with him, literally in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, there's a studio out here? Like, what the fuck is this? So we get there, and this is when I actually formally got introduced to J Cloud, which is crazy because neither one of us was supposed to meet each other. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he was supposed to be in the city somewhere. I wasn't even my session. So somebody else was supposed to engineer the session. So it timed itself out correctly at that time. Because I was listening to Thought Provoker stuff in there. Shit sounded amazing. And I was like, I need this quality. Like, what's going on here? So I asked him, like, yo, what do you charge to do mix and masters? Because I'm still thinking maybe he could save the songs that I got. After I left there, I'm like, you know what? Me and Thought Provoker spoke, and we was like, you know what? Yo, why don't we just split the bill on a session, go in there, do like 6 hours, and just record music. Maybe like a month later, we booked a 6-hour session. Me and Thought, we was in there back-to-back songs. He did like 9. I did probably like 6. Okay. And it just sounded amazing. After that day, I was locked in after that. And I never had a thought since 2018. I never had a thought of quitting music again. It didn't matter what was going on. There could be some bullshit happening, trials and tribulations happening. I never had a thought about quitting music ever again after that. So those 16 songs, that was the last time I was like, you know what? I'm going to quit. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. That was the last time.
And now you're just doing your thing now. Now you're just rocking out.
Pretty much, yeah. That's how that happened. Because that whole 16 song situation, I felt that shit, boy. I felt that shit so crazy. Like, man. Like, even looking at that video, like, I was just like, yeah, I remember that shit. I was in a bad place, boy. Listen, a bad fucking place. But I had to go through that to where I'm at right now. So
Yeah.
all of that happened for a reason. Like I wasn't supposed to put that music out because that stuff wasn't ready.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So like it was just, I guess you could say, God stopping me from, you know, not putting out the stuff that I'm supposed, not putting out that, but focusing on the stuff that I'm supposed to put out.
Yeah.
Because
For sure.
now I don't have that problem. I don't have,
Mhm.
you know, thank God, but like I don't have that problem where it's an issue for me to put something out. And I think that's why I go as hard as I do, because it's just like, okay, create it, do this, shoot this, edit this, put it out. You know what I mean? So all of that had to happen for, you know, those 16 songs, which will probably never see the light of day.
Yeah. Those
You know what I
are.
mean? Which is
Yeah.
fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't have a problem with that. But that had to happen for this to happen.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. I was always wondered the story behind that. It was just like
Oh yeah.
16 songs. I was like,
Oh yeah. 16, bro. That was
This-
like a whole mixtape.
I think
A
it's
whole
because how you.
mixtape.
I think it's because how you said it though. You're
Oh
like,
yeah.
I lost 16 songs. I was like, oh, say what? 16 songs,
Yeah,
bro. That's
bro.
crazy.
16, man. 16.
Yeah,
Like it was so crazy. Like I was even in my coworker's office. The same dude that was on the podcast. I'm in his office. I'm venting to him. Like I'm like, I don't want to do this shit no more. And he was like, damn. Like I was everybody that I was talking to. I did not want to do this shit anymore. That was like the last straw for me.
yeah.
But you know,
Shout out
years
to you.
later, I'm still here, man.
Shout out to your team for being positive,
Man,
supporting
salute to them
members.
for sure. Like they
Yeah.
literally talked me off a ledge, man. Like no pun intended. Like because I was about to throw all this shit. We would not be having this conversation right now. We would not be having this conversation. Not about music, not about nothing. It just wouldn't be a thing if I really stuck to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So salute to them, man. They really, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to the team members. But speaking of Mr. Five Albums, aka Thought Provoker, actually ties into my next question that I'm gonna put up. Do you have anything new coming with Thought Provoker? Are you a part of this new album?
As far as Thought Provoker has told me, I am.
Okay, for sure.
I think I'm on one song on this album.
Mm-hmm.
It's still in the works because I haven't received. If you're watching this, I haven't received the beat yet, so I can't work on anything
No.
for your
Wait a minute.
album.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Oh, you gonna call him?
I'm hitting on a text real quick. I like bothering this guy. All right. He has. Wait, hold on. Not he. Elliot has not.
That'd be some funny shit.
Beat. Yeah. We are on a podcast. Call in.
Oh, that'd be funny, yo. Word. You should have him call in. That'd be funny as hell.
Okay. He usually reads my message. Oh, he read that in 2 seconds.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, hey man, he's tapped in.
Oh, he laughed. Okay. He'll watch this later. He probably watching right now.
Right.
Yeah.
He probably is. Word.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah. I'm supposed to be actually on that. He actually texted me like 2 weeks ago, and damn, I don't want to give it away, but
don't give it away. Do we just know he texted?
I'm gonna give it away, but what I will say is this. You're gonna appreciate this.
I'm gonna appreciate it. Okay.
You
sure.
personally are gonna appreciate this song.
Okay. Now I'm excited for this. Now.
Yeah,
I was excited before.
You'll see why. You'll see why. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But like, yeah, like it's in the works. I'm on that. I'm on his album. Um, he he might be on the EP. He might
Okay.
be on the EP in December. I gotta see. I gotta figure this out. But he's on the EP in December. He might be on the EP in December. He's on Can't Let Them Win in
Hmm.
March. And I mean we have we always have songs here and there in the tuck. So we'll see. I mean I think the last couple songs that we did, well the last two songs that we did was on his 24 hours EP, and he was on my EP on the last song. So, that was dope. But yeah, we always working on shit. So
I mean, yeah, you have so many songs together. So
oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know how many we have together right now, but yeah,
it's
it's up
it's up,
there. It's a lot.
it's up there.
Yeah,
Um,
it's up there.
what was that song I used to like? Most high. Is that what it's called?
That one, and you actually like Glory.
There you go. Glory is fire. I may listen to that after. Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, I'm a rock to that after we're done here.
Man,
Um,
word.
so in case people don't know where to find you on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, whatever else is out there, you mind dropping where you can be found at?
Well, I'm on all streaming platforms. You look up Elliot Major. That's ELLIOTTMAJOR. You can't miss the L or a T because whoever that person is, not me. So yeah, it kind of rhymed a little bit. See, I still do this. You know what I mean? But all streaming platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, Tidal, Amazon, anything that has music on it, I'm there. You can see the project, Let It Go, singles. On my YouTube channel, I got all types of music videos on there. TikTok, I got the reels, duets, open verses, uh, all types of shit. So like, all over the place with it. And then Instagram is Elliot_major.ems. And yeah,
EMS.
word.
All
I'm out
right.
here.
Facts. I have one more question actually. I should have typed this out. Whatever. I'll edit it later. So you truly you're truly the definition of artists because you're singer, rapper, producer. What else are you?
Shit,
Engineer,
audio
audio.
engineer, videographer, uh, shit,
Oh,
writer. Yeah, all that. I guess you could say director too. Yeah, word. All of that.
technically.
Mm.
Um, how do you balance all that out
Whew.
when doing the project?
Um, I'm not gonna say that it's easy because it's not,
Hmm.
but balance is definitely important in anything that you do.
Yeah, sure.
Um, I know for me, I have to balance out depending on the task at hand. So like
Hmm.
depending on what needs to be done, I make sure I give that my attention, and then once that task is completed, whatever's next is that's where I go with it. When it comes to me, it's very very important for me to try to figure out how to balance it all out.
For sure.
Um, so you gotta figure out what works for you. And I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what works for me as far as just like the workflow with everything. But I'm slowly getting there, but I'm still learning. With everything. I think the one thing that I'm more trying to balance out more is on the videography end, which, you know,
Hmm.
which is crazy how I've learned so much within a year. You know, me and Jay Cloud talk about this all the time. We've learned so much within a year to apply with, you know, music and just creating as a whole. You know, like I've been doing music for about 15, 15 years, you
Mm.
know, and I've I've learned. I'm still learning, but I think on the creative standpoint on it, it's kind of on autopilot because I
Yeah.
just know what to do.
Hmm.
So it's everything else that I'm kind of just figuring out how to bring that balance in as far as learning it and applying it where it needs to be. So
Okay, for sure. Um, Final question that I'm not going to put up because I didn't type it out because I didn't think I would ask this question. So you rocking with the TikTok a lot right now. So is that like one of your favorite platforms just like to mess around with right now? That and Instagram?
uh I would say yeah, 'cause I mean I think nowadays content is in a condensed form.
Hmm.
So people's attention span is really shortened over the
Yeah,
years. So, you know, it definitely you can reach your reach can be a lot more on TikTok and
sure.
Instagram Reels than it
Hmm.
would be a full length video of some sort, you know. And that's something that I've had to learn throughout the years. But I'd say for right now, as far as just to promote yourself and to get yourself out there, those are the two platforms that'll do that.
Hmm.
Um, Especially like if you can condense something that you have to the important factor of it to where people can receive it, you know, I mean, it'll do what it's supposed to do. Actually, like one of my J Cloud, he actually said something to me when I was doing the duets. Like I showed him
Hmm.
all of them before I even put them out. Like I got like 8 that I did, and I've already put like the fourth one out today, which you can go look for that on TikTok and on Instagram. You know, just check that out. But yeah, I I sent them to him so he could just check them out, and he just says like, "Yo, it's crazy how you can take something that's very condensed, that's very short, but it could be impactful." And I think that that's the key. You know, slowly trying to figure that out. Like within these short videos, try to make it as impactful as far as your music goes.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's something that I've just been working on. I'm still working on it. You know, possibly do different types of content, maybe skits,
Hmm.
maybe podcast content, the vlog content. You know, just trying things out right now. You know, just trying it out, see how it works, see if it works, and while I'm doing that, creating this music in the background.
For sure. I definitely vouch for the take for TikTok and Reels. So I know since
Mm.
I've been doing that, like far as with the podcast game, like I've been connecting with
It's
like
it's different.
I was because
It
you
is
get to
different.
people faster. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like you get to them faster than you will than posting like a public, not a public, but like like a regular post on your page or something. And
Right.
if you do a reel like within like I don't know like 2 minutes, you got like almost like 500 people watching it already. Like
Right.
it's
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like I've this year alone, I've seen views spike up just from reels and stuff. You know what
mhm.
I mean? And I don't know what it is, but I just try it out. Some things hit, some things don't. You know, it's a hit or miss type game, but I think the
Yeah.
key is consistency. And
Mhm.
that's what just try to make sure that you have the content ready to put out for consumption. I may try something. I may challenge myself to maybe next year to do a little challenge for like a whole month. Just put out a whole bunch of reels and TikToks every day. I may try it. Just to see. But it's I've definitely seen a difference or um I've seen momentum, even though, every day is different, but I've definitely seen a difference as far as people that are tuning in via me posting TikToks and Reels.
That's where it's at right now. Like it's I should tell you something if you need 1,000 followers on their platform just to go live.
That works too. That works too. I mean, I was doing that also. I want to say August going into September, I was doing this thing called Every Monday Sessions, and I was
Mm,
recording a whole song on my live, which
yeah.
that's something else that I'm probably going to start doing. I might start doing it again. I'm gonna say next year. I'm gonna bring it back. Do something different with it. I did probably like 8 of those episodes,
Mm,
and that did what it was supposed to do too. Like I took content from that, turned it into a reel, TikTok, and posted it again. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So
that seems to be where it's at right now. Reels and TikToks, even Facebook Reels, like those have been working for me as well.
that too. Listen, I'm on all of that. I'm on all of that.
Yeah,
All of it. You know what I mean?
it's,
So, it's just a matter of just using these tools to, you know, further promote what you're trying to do, what the bigger picture is.
mm, okay. Last closing questions that I have.
All right.
How much do you care about social media verification
Uh it's necessary. Only
from the business
for
level, right?
yeah. I feel like it's necessary for that. Outside of that, I mean, I say this all the time. Like if I wasn't doing music, you'd probably never see me on social media. Because
Hmm.
I'm not that pressed for it. But
Yeah,
due to the fact of what I'm trying to do and trying to take it serious, like I said, I'm on all of that. Outside of Twitter, like I haven't figured that out yet. You know what I
I
mean?
started
I
using that
haven't.
recently.
Yeah, I haven't figured it out. Thought Provoker, he's like, yo, man, we got to be on Twitter. Show me, show me what I need to do the right way. But like, I figured out. You know what I mean? I'm slowly figuring out TikTok, Instagram, the Facebook Reels. Even Snapchat has something where you can post stuff on there,
Yeah.
and it kind of like generates and gets stuff out there. So like, I feel like on the visual aspect, I'm big on that. Twitter is more just I'm gonna type some shit.
Hmm.
Eh, that's not really my thing. I'd rather just use the visuals and just put it out there because people see it. I mean, that's the type of content that people love to consume. Like they want to
Yeah,
see
for
it
sure.
quick, fast, in their face, and it's right there, and it's easy and it's accessible. I think that's why people gravitate to these reels, and because you can just scroll through them so quickly, and like you see something and you like it. Oh shit, I'm gonna like it, or I'm gonna watch it over and over. If you edit your stuff right, they'll watch it maybe 3 times. Next thing you know, you got 3, 4, 5 views in a matter of seconds.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's kind of where it's at.
Yeah.
Um,
So I seen that, so I'm just like, all right, let me see what in in the comfort of the realm that I do things, what I can do within this small span of time, and see if it works.
for sure. Okay. Um, Before we end, do you have anything you want to share as far as like projects or other platforms where people can find you?
It's Elliot Major on all streaming platforms. Instagram is Elliot underscore major dot EMS. TikTok, Elliot underscore major dot EMS. Twitter, you can try it. Is Elliot Major EMS. YouTube is Elliot Major EMS, I believe. And there's an EP that I'm going to be dropping in December. I don't have a title for it just yet, but I'll be, posting visuals and, behind the scenes of the process of me recording it throughout the months. Um, Album dropping in March. Don't Let Them Win.
Let
Shout
him
out to
win,
Thought
bro.
Provoker. Facts, yeah. Shout out to Thought Provoker. He's dropping an album very, very soon. Shout out to my brother Benji. Shout out to my boy DJ. Shout out to my other boy Benaj. Shout out to my partner and my brother J Cloud. Shout out to my bro Chevy. Salute to him. And shout out to everybody else that's been supporting. Appreciate you so far. And yeah, man, just keep pushing, keep grinding. Finish out the year strong.
For sure. Appreciate you again. So this is currently on Facebook. Like I said, it'll be broken down on Instagram because you know how Instagram is a little 60 minutes. So
Facts.
break
Yeah,
it
just
down
make sure
by
you tag me. I'll post them shits, repost them shits, tag
that.
and all that type of shit. Word.
All right, for sure. It's gonna be on YouTube, and I already follow you on your YouTube, so we're gonna do
Fire.
that. And I'll get with you
Oh,
after.
matter of fact, you know what you should do with Instagram? You know how to do the invite the collaborator.
Yeah.
If you do that, it'll go on my page too.
Okay, bet. We'll do that.
Yeah, so when you break it up or whatever, you like when you post it, you can just do it like that, and then we'll just have it, you know, gravitating like that type shit.
All right. All right. Thank you again.
Sure, appreciate you.
Appreciate you as well. I'm gonna get with you after this video. I have some questions. But
Facts.
all right. Thank you.
All right, Brody.
Have a good one. All right.